Okay friends, welcome to a different type of reseller vlog today. I am doing a booth reset at my booth in Curiosities. It is a vintage mall in downtown Tigard. Then we're gonna do a little haul of stuff that I got recently, and then we're gonna end with what sold on my Etsy shop. So let's get started. Here is the before of my booth. So it's pretty well stocked. We sold a few things over the weekend that left major holes. Like I had a plate set there that sold, and my mom had some beautiful red glassware there that sold, so we had to fill in a few spaces, but you can tell we have room for art up here, and I kind of want to just switch up some of these things. So they've been styled here for a few weeks, and I kind of want to mix it up. And then right over here, I'm going to put the clothing rack, I think, and maybe move up one of these shelves or move one of these shelves and take this basket out, see about putting these somewhere else. We'll see how it all turns out. It's kind of like a process, but I'm gonna time lapse some of it for you guys, hopefully, so you can see the process of transformation. So here is the restyled and reset booth. So I moved a bunch of stuff around, brought this table in front so I could put the art there, and then brought in this rack. That was the main thing I wanted to accomplish today, was get a clothing rack in and get some fun pieces from my wardrobe and stuff that I had thrifted over the years. Very reasonable prices. Really cheap prices, because I just want the stuff to move, frankly. And then it'll be a good test to see what sells. And then shoes are down here. I actually got a lot of these free at a swap. So yeah, I figured I'd bring them in, see how they do. And then this table actually used to be folded on the wall, but we're putting it as a display piece for the moment, but it's also priced so people can buy it. Brought in that new piece of art and a cute little mirror, and rearranged the shelving. So I brought, these were all up top, I brought two down, so that way there's no product that someone has to like grab down. So art is just above now, and more art pieces around. Place some more things here. We had luck selling out of that corner, which is always interesting to see what is considered like a hot corner in your booth and what's kind of like a dead zone. Brought in some Pyrex over here, and this is a really cute cat, paint by number. And yeah, I put some of my rag rugs that I had gotten from a neighbor garage sale. They were either free or $3. So I've placed those around various parts of the booth because they have been selling actually. And then priced changed the price on this chair because it was part of a set. Someone just wanted the 2 out of the 3, so I just priced it really cheap for 20 bucks, see if it moves. I got it for like $4. So yeah, this is how it's looking. Probably will have to come back in and rejig again because I didn't have time to do a whole swap. Oh yeah, and I brought in that very cool leopard print needlepoint there. So I'm hoping that sells fast. But yeah, a lot of great stuff. Okay, so it's a few days later, we're back in my studio space. I have an art haul to show you that is pretty amazing. So I actually got all this stuff on a thrifting, sourcing trip I did with some of my reselling friends. Many of them you will know who they are because I talk about them here. And so we're not gonna release the videos of that just yet. So this is kind of a teaser to that particular shopping adventure. It was 3 days. It was amazing. So the art and the needlepoint stuff you're gonna see right now that I'm gonna show you was on a stop. I didn't get to do any filming because we happened to go to a town and they had a few antique malls. And so we prioritized going to the one that was like more eclectic and mid-century because most of the people I was shopping with, that's what they like to shop. The one we didn't go to was the one that has more like cottagecore, country, kind of old world type items. I am the one of the group that picks that stuff up more than the others, and so I should have gone there first. So by the time I got to that mall, we had 10 minutes for me to shop this huge space, 2 stories. I walked in, I was like, I made a mistake. I should have gone here first. So I just begged the people, like, okay, give me 10 minutes, I know you're closing. And I just zipped around and grabbed everything that I could find, which was great because I spent almost $200 and that's how they ended that day in the mall. So it was fruitful for them to stay open. And I appreciate the fact that they, let me go around because I definitely was in there for a little bit over their closing time. Bless their hearts. But I got some great stuff I'm gonna show it to you right now. So we're gonna kick things off with my favorite needlepoint from this particular haul. I about lost my mind. Look at that hook. Look at the hook on the frame. I was like, what? Now I've actually sold a very similar scene like this before, and I think it was like framed and I sold it for like 58. So this piece was definitely a pay up. I think I paid like 30 bucks for it, which probably seems high, but because it's really large and the framing on it is so very good, I know I have a lot of margin in it, even though I definitely paid up for it. I just couldn't leave it behind. The frame alone is phenomenal. And so I know a lot of you guys love when I pick up embroidery and you guys buy it and are excited about it like me. So that's why I had to get it. But when I saw this, I was like, holy cow. This like set the tone and then I just grabbed from there. So the next piece I found was a piece of artwork and this was so cute. Now the rest of the pieces, I wanna say they were like 15 and under, which is crazy, right? Crazy. So this I thought was awesome. I actually was like considered putting it in my wall like here because it's just so cool. And I know I keep teasing, I want to redo this wall because I have so many new pieces. Like I feel like you're probably tired of this and you want to see something new. So I don't know if I'm gonna sell this or not. If you want it, let me know and I may be able to like relinquish it to you. But I thought the colors on this were really fun and I just thought they were very happy flowers. So yeah, and I love the fact they're orange. I very rarely see orange art and I thought they were very interesting. So anyways, I don't know if this is gonna be available. So if I haven't listed it and you want it, just let me know. So then I found a bunch of framed needlepoint. So these, another bestseller for me. I got this one, which I thought was awesome because it has the pink framing around it and the frame kind of is a little ombre. Thought it was awesome. It's ready to hang. And then I found like a mate to it, which I thought was also really awesome. Has the hook on it to hang. This one doesn't have the glass and this one does. I don't think it's a game changer because frankly, the glass doesn't do anything to it. People can tell it's a needlepoint. I feel like when you have art behind glass, like actual paintings behind glass, while it, definitely protects the artwork, it can make it look more like a print. But with needlepoints, there's no denying that these are needlepoints. So I feel like glass, it's just like a personal preference. You could take it out or not, but I thought they were really cool and really cute. So I don't know if I'm gonna list them as a pair or separate, but yeah, I was just like, I am so lucky in this place that I went. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm finding so many needlepoint things. So another needlepoint that's very similar to the others, but this one happens to be landscape, which I'm super excited about because usually they're in a round frame. Oftentimes in a round frame because it just looks so good in a round frame. And that must be what people did back in the 70s when these were made. But this one I love. It's landscape, has a great wood frame. Love the mauve, of course. And it has the information on the back of the person and the date, 1970, who made it. I love when there's detail on the back. It just, you guys know, it tugs at my heartstrings when I know the history of these types of pieces. So anyways, I can't believe I found this and those two others. I mean, I just about passed out because you guys know me. I love finding needle points, and I found 3 of these same styles. So very, very lucky, and these will be available on Etsy. Okay, so back to some paintings. So this painting, very excited about because it's a sweet painting of a bird in a very good ornate gold frame and this really cool like linen-like detail around the edges. I thought the bird was absolutely adorable. Again, it's dated 1974. In the corner, an artist signed Betty made this. So Betty, well done, because I thought this was so cute. Again, the color being the bright punchy green. I was like, you don't usually see this. So yeah, I was like, this coming home as well. So I have a few more things to show you, but I just like, you can tell, I'm very fired up about this haul because art and needlepoints are my favorite thing outside of brass maybe to pick up, and so I was very excited about that. And speaking of brass, I have some amazing brass to show you next. So I mostly found art, but I did get these amazing brass dogs. I could not believe that I found these. These are so unique. I mean, I've seen a lot of brass in my day, as you guys know, and these are so unique and very heavy. They are solid all the way through. If you guys watched one of my last videos, I showed you where sometimes the brass animals, they actually will be filled in with plaster and then they have a protective felt bottom. These are not filled in with plaster. These I could exercise with, like no joke. I want to say they're probably 3 pounds each. I have never seen them before. I have a reselling friend who picks up a lot of brass. Like she literally finds brass no matter where she goes. A brass animal or something very unique, something we've never seen before will appear to her. That is her gift in life. One of her gifts is finding brass. And I showed her, I'm like, have you ever seen these dogs before? And she's like, no. I'm like, okay. If she hasn't, then these are rare. So I am so excited. These are gonna be available on Etsy. I mean, of course I wanna keep them. You guys know I wanna keep them, but yeah, I just feel like I don't need more brass animals in my personal collection. And I know that these are gonna fly out of my shop because they're so unique. So yeah, my back is hurting as I'm leaning over showing you. My back is hurting, that's how heavy these are. So anyways, these are gonna be available on Etsy. Okay, so 2 more art pieces to show you. I got this beautiful seascape in this painted wood frame. Absolutely adore any seascapes because I'm a person who loves to go to the coast for vacation. We're only an hour and a half away from the Oregon coast. We vacation there a lot. We go there for day trips. I saw this, I was like, this is for me. I think I'm gonna have to like keep this for me. Maybe one day I'll have a place on the coast. I don't know, it's very expensive, so maybe not, but a girl can dream. And so this will be my manifesting picture because it's just so sweet and cute. I wanna say it was like 15 bucks, which was great. And I just absolutely adore it. Most seascapes I have sold in the past because they're so hot, but I thought, this little guy I'm gonna keep for myself as like one of those like vision things. Maybe one day I will live on the water, which would be awesome. So anyways, this will be for me. So I did buy one larger unframed piece of art. I thought this was really, really beautiful. I don't know if the house is on like the ocean or a lake or a river. We have a lot of rivers in Oregon, so it kind of reminds me of a river. But I thought it was really, really beautiful. The colors are super bright and saturated. I love how it's a very fluid style of painting. Just very, very cool. So I plan to put this in my booth space. This type of painting, it's, you know, actually quite expensive to ship because it's really large, and I usually have to build a box because I don't always find boxes that fit paintings like this. Very annoying. You guys know I don't like to build a box if I don't have to. So I probably won't list this unless one of you desperately want it, and then I will get it out for you. Otherwise, this is probably gonna go to my booth space. Okay, so those are all the paintings and needlepoints that I got at that stop, which was awesome. I'll pop the information on the screen of the place that we went to in case you're in Oregon and you wanna take a road trip there. Highly recommended. I did wanna talk about one more piece of art. Now, I bought this frame at the thrift store. Well, actually, I bought this piece of art because of the frame at the thrift store. And I feel like one of you said you might want it because it is actually a very beautiful watercolor in the center. I just was gonna use it more so because I have so much unframed art, as you guys know. So that's what I was planning to do with it. But if you are that person that wanted this, and I'm not like dreaming, let me know and I'll get this listed for you, because the problem is sometimes with DMs and emails and all the, you know, people that are contacting me all the time, I lose some of the requests. So if you ever request something and I never get back to you, for one, I am sorry, but two, just, you know, remind me again, especially if you message me on social media, because my DMs, like on Instagram, things get buried all the time, and Instagram really needs to allow you to search and find things a lot easier in your inbox, because once it's gone, and I have to wait for the person to reach out again. So anyways, if this is something that someone wanted, just let me know. Okay, so that is the entire art and needlepoint haul that I had to show you. Next, we're gonna talk about what sold in my Etsy shop. Let's talk about what sold in my Etsy shop this week. A lot of brass and so many purchases from repeat buyers. So thank you everyone, like always, for continuing to support my business. Let's kick things off with the copper tray. That sold for $68. The brass swan planter sold for $158. This wall basket sold for $34. This lidded brass pot sold for $48. This Polish hand-carved box sold for $34. This adorable brass dog bowl sold for $38. This large cloisonne vase sold for $58. This pair of brass owls sold for $68. This adorable brass lidded box sold for $48. This beautiful original art sold for $48. And then this set of Indian brass bells sold for $48. Okay, so we're back in the chair for the close. Thank you so much for watching today. If you're looking for more thrifting and decorating content between my haul videos here on YouTube, make sure to check me out on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Take care.